Welcome to another episode of Skid's Garage. Today we look at the cooling system and see if the JB Weld actually worked. We also give it a bleed to make sure there's no air bubbles in it. And we also look at Matsuri entries. All that and more on today's episode. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks for the JB Weld to dry. It feels very dry and very solid. Let's hook up the coolant hoses and plug all the wiring back in, fill it with coolant, and see if it holds. Fingers crossed. Alright, so let's fill up the coolant. Got my nylon premix stuff. This is what I use in the 180 and the red version of that for this car, but it seems to work pretty well. Make sure you've got a clean funnel, and that also fits into there nicely. So move these out of the way. And just basically top her up until it's full. Then we start the engine and get it up to temperature, get all the air bubbles out, and hopefully there's no leaks. Let's get on it. Oh shit. That's the problem with drift cars. If you don't keep them running often, battery goes flat all the time. So now we just continue to pour. And wait for the thermostat to open. So far so good. No leaks around the edges here. While it's warming up, we'll just check the gauges. So water temp 59, oil pressure's good, but yeah, I think the thermostat opens at about 80, so we'll just wait till it gets proper warm to give it the final test. And again, from last episode, you'll remember we moved the oil cooler. Let's just make sure there's no oil leaks from any of that. It's getting nice and warm, which is good.
2 hours later.
So we're on opening point. So we should be ready to get it all, the radiator cap on very soon. One thing you can do to speed up the process is order some food. Hello, thank you. So the thermostat's open, top radiator hose is nice and warm, plenty of coolant in there. We're up to operating temp. This is the messy bit now. The last bit you don't want to forget is just topping off the reservoir. Clean up the excess. And done. So what do you do with your lunch you don't want? That's why you have a cuppa. Gentle. Look, you dropped something. Good girl. So Matsuri entries are on the weekend. It's with great success that we've entered in again. Haven't missed one as yet, so touch wood, keep getting in. But it's on 6th and 7th of October. The great news is we've got 2 sheds with 4 drivers. So we've got myself, we've got Joel in his rear-wheel drive WRX, we've got Gilly Drift in his R33, and Grant in his R32. So should be a fantastic weekend. Super pumped for it. I guess we've just got a few things to finish on the car before that. Just minor stuff, servicing, things like that. I still really want to get a tune before then, but if I can't, hey, no biggie. It's been running fine as it is, so I mean, I'm not stressed. Only looking at a tune just to get a bit more go. But as I said, not stressed at all if I don't end up with one. The other thing is that I've noticed I've got a power steering leak as well now, which it's a bit frustrating, but you know, shit happens. I haven't had any rack boots on the car for a fair while, so it was bound to happen sooner or later. I've got some stop leak which we'll give a shot, but I'm pretty certain I'll need to look at getting a new rack, either a recode one or a good second-hand one, which, yeah, they're pretty hard to find these days, or look at getting mine recode as well. While I've got the rack out, I could maybe look at some extra lock as well.
So the other day I noticed that there's a large pool of power steering fluid under my car, and my rack is probably got a leak in it. You can see that the boots are totally shot, and there's shit everywhere. But a bit of googling and I found power steering stop leak. Guaranteed to stop all seal leaks or your money back. Made in USA, must be good. Limit 2 bottles, money back. Compatible power steering fluids. When power steering reservoir is low, refill with stop leak until leak stops, 1 or 2 bottles. We've got 1 bottle. Let's give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? So reservoir is low, and let's pour. Oh, it's like honey. Jeez, okay. We'll see if this actually does anything. I'm not that confident in it, but hey, money back guaranteed. We'll see what it's like. Thanks for watching another episode of Skids Garage. It was awesome that we got the coolant leak sorted out. And next week we'll look at doing some more bodywork side of things. Get the new bonnet on, get the front guards all sorted as well. We'll also look at the power steering leak, and might be due for a new rack, I think. Otherwise, that's all we really need to do to head out to before the next drift event. Yeah, I'm super pumped. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. We can hopefully hit 500 followers very soon, which should be fantastic. Then we can make more videos and get more stuff happening as well. Thanks, guys.